Hello, everyone. Welcome to Same Cast, Different Day podcast. I'm Tina Marie.
And I'm still rolling, yay.
So, next time you want to go on a rant and then go live, y'all, he cutting up.
What,
You heard what I said.
what rank did I go on?
You was ranting and then you disappeared, and then the podcast went live.
Oh,
Anywho,
was it about the 40s?
no, I don't know what it was about because you were ranting pretty good there, and then you disappeared.
Oh, oh. But welcome, everybody. 'Cause I don't remember what I was ranting about.
Sad.
Um, oh, I hate when it does this. So, to keep things all, oh, shoot. Happy 4th of July, everybody. What's going on? Well, I said happy 4th of July. I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July.
Eh,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this public on my Facebook page. For some reason, this won't
y'all,
public.
what? My
There we
4th
go.
of July was a day I spent with my family with good food that I made and adult beverages.
Mine was at a park that I didn't want to be at, swatting bugs. It was too many people around, and there were children there. There were some old people there that was working on my last nerve, but overall, it was uh 4th of July.
Woo! Yay!
And
Um,
that's what I was supposed to be coming over here for. And speaking of 4th of July, there was something that had happened. So I'm gonna I'm gonna need for you guys to learn safety when it comes to fireworks. I get it. I get why fireworks are illegal in some cities due to the reason of people mishandling them or not properly shooting them off. So there was a fire at an apartment building here in Milwaukee that did, I believe it was four families that was displaced after this fire. So y'all trying to find a picture for y'all. There was four families that was displaced due to this fire and people being negligent when it comes to fireworks and shooting them off. And
so that's what the
I got
preliminary report said.
well, that's they're guessing that's what it is. They're not for sure yet because
Correct.
they're only saying that because there were fireworks found a
On
parking lot
premises.
of the building.
Hmm.
Yeah. So from what I was that you? I think we talked about this yesterday.
We did
Um,
talk about it yesterday.
I can't. Okay, so it's not okay. So we'll have to go a different route since this isn't going to let me do it that way. So
So the community is coming together to help these displaced families, which is great. Um, these families
so
lost everything, car included, um, and that's just a bad feeling, right? I mean, it's terrifying to be in your home and then you have to run out of your home because something set it ablaze, right? So I'm not really sure. So it's I believe it's a L-shaped kind of an apartment complex. I think it's more like side by side townhomes, rather than per se like an apartment complex. But it's
mhm.
L-shaped. It looks like it can house a decent amount of families there. Um, but it was only a portion of it that was burned. So I'm not sure if the fire department got there in time to stop the fire. I'm not sure if it was like a built-in firewall somewhere within the complex that helped kind of stop the fire from spreading. I don't know if there is a
Well, didn't they?
sprinkler
Did some?
system.
Did somebody say that the fireworks hit like and the power line fell down and then landed
Yes,
on, and that's how I got
yes.
started?
So one of the accounts from one of the family members stated that fireworks hit an electrical box. Um, the electrical wiring from the pole fell down. There were pictures of looked like the hot or the live wire cut through one of the family's cars all the way through the engine. I'm not sure how or at that point where the fire ignited, if it was from the electrical box, if it had something to do with the car and the electrical wire, I'm not sure. So I'm not really sure, kind of how the fire got set off, like how it traveled to the actual home. But I mean, it's basically like a sidewalk that is like um, between the power lines in the house.
So,
Go
me
ahead.
personally, from like me who has set off fireworks, first of all, you have to do it safely. Make sure that it's on a level ground, or you a ground that's like kind of tore up or off balance, like it's higher one side higher than the other. It has to be complete level ground. Me personally, I have used bricks to try to hold it in place too, on top of it being on the level ground, just so that when it does shoots off and it moves, and from the impact of the stuff shooting off, it won't be able to move, so it'll be stuck right there. So that way everything can go off safely. And we had an incident over here by my house where someone let out some fireworks and it was on the unlevel ground. And when it shot off, it didn't. The thing tipped over when it shot off, and then it went flying towards people properties and stuff like that. So you have to be safe when you're doing these things. Go on YouTube. YouTube will give y'all some good tips also on how to let them off. Um, it's not very smart to let them off. Like, I always look at there directly above where the fireworks are not going to hit anything going into the air. So that is something you definitely have to check and make sure that you do not do that area of where you shoot them off, to make sure that you're not shooting them off into like power lines, people houses, and all that other kind of stuff. So you have to do it safely, people.
Power lines, people, yourself, like cars,
Make sure ain't nobody
homes,
around.
like so I'm more of a fan of seeing personally bought fireworks let off in more of a wide open space. Um,
I get.
I, and we're not saying we're condoning you to go buy personal fireworks and let them off for the 4th of July because it is illegal in many municipalities for a reason, right?
But for those of you who do, make sure you just do it safely. I know south of us in Racine County, they actually give you a permit allowed to let off your fireworks there in Racine safely. So it's just all about being safe and make sure that you're being safe doing it. Oh gosh, Torian, what are you doing?
Get excited. Sorry, y'all.
So I want to go on a little rant real fast. I can take that off. So I'm gonna go on a rant real fast. I can go back to the original background too. I felt kind of bad. So I'm like, hey, we talking about somebody's house getting burned down by fireworks, and then they have fireworks playing in the background for those of you watching the video version. And there's like fireworks in the background behind us. So yeah, I felt kind of bad. I had to switch it. But um so there was this thing, the story that came out that recently they car insurance companies have increased their rates by 20%. I'm like me, I saw a $30 increase on my car insurance. So I went from paying, I believe, between 153 and 158 to now I'm paying $189 a month for car insurance. Um, I have two coworkers who has said that their car insurance has went above theirs went above $300 after the 20% increase. So
Ooh, child,
I
y'all
feel
must be
like
fancy. Car insurance
they
costing that much.
the government will. One of them has a BMW, the other one has a 2016, 2017 Nissan Altima.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Ah, what you trying to say about Altimas?
You damn ultimate drivers.
Well, I
Messing
don't
it up
have
for
an Altima.
everybody.
I don't have an Altima no more. I'm not an Altima driver.
Well, you Nissan drivers.
Oh, what you got against?
I'm just saying. I mean, I drive a
But
Kia, but mine's only went up by like $10.
so and it's I'm like, and that's the reason I have all these safety features for my vehicle, and then on top of that, I literally have an app that can literally track the vehicle down to the exact address that the vehicle was parked at. So I'm like, why am I being charged so much money for fucking car insurance? On top of that,
Well,
I don't park on the street. I parked in a locked
okay.
garage, so it's not like it's out in the open, exposed to the elements. It's not exposed when it's hailing outside, even when it's parked in the garage. So it's like, what the fuck? But then we have had a string in our city because we talked about this on the last episode, where it was just a string of car crashes over the last like every day, some type of brutal car crash. Like we just had one yesterday where three people were killed, one being the child was killed in a car crash yesterday. Somebody speeding and they hit somebody head on. So and it's like, and it feels like drivers who pay for car insurance are paying for people who don't, or the mistakes that people are made who don't have car insurance are making. Like these people that's out here driving reckless, like it's a mess. And then it's crazy because like it's people who say, well, they did the little thing where they got the app and they track your driving. They did the little thing, they got their discount, but they, after every, they renew. Most companies renew every 6 months. So it was like after a year, they premium went back up. And they were told that they can't do the app thing again where it tracks they drive. So it's like, what's the point of going through all that to get the discount? And then a year later, you take away the discount and then tell me that I can't do it again and you get the discount.
That's when you switch to a different car insurance.
True, because I know if mine's go above $200, I'm switching. I'm taking my ass. I'll probably take my ass back to Progressive for 6 months, then switch back to the company I got now.
You might as well come on to where I'm at.
Who was you? Was it State Farm?
Hmm.
They was no, and I tried State Farm before, and when I was going to switch to State Farm, they told me $400 or some dollars a month for
Oh, that's
car.
crazy. They were the lowest for me, but sometimes people don't realize, like, if you have a credit union, I'm not sure if it's just the same with like banks. Like if you bank with a large institution, they offer car insurance as well. As a lot of times it's cheaper than the more well-known ones.
And that's why, because a lot of like I got AAA car insurance, and a lot of people don't even know that AAA has car insurance. So that's why I
Hmm.
and then switched to them because they were cheaper. So like I think I was with Allstate before I switched to AAA, and when I was with Allstate, and they was trying to after when my 6 month renewal came up, they were trying to raise my car insurance to like 260 or 270 at the time. And then one of the other companies I had, I remember they was trying $300 some dollars a month. So I ended up switching to Allstate, and I think when I first started with Allstate, it was $153, and then it went from $153 like $158 or 59, and then I just went from 159 to $189.
Listen, I mean, when I had two cars and a minor driver on there, mine was like four or something, but that was with an 18-year-old in another car. on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but just me in full coverage, and I even um chose to get higher coverage than what's
Required.
mandated by the state. Yeah, at
Yes,
120,
and I do.
121.
I do got the coverage that's more higher mandated higher than what the it's more than what the state requires to hold. 'Cause I think our state only require you to have like for like property damage like 20 between $25,000 and $50,000 is the requirement here. And I think my current coverage right now is like $300,000 in property damage. And I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm probably gonna lower that down to get a cheaper rate.
Yeah, then I think about like the medical expenses, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. But the fact is, like, y'all got to stop driving stupid because we already dealing with inflation, and then these things are like choices that people make, right? So this is something
Hmm.
that the general population can help control the cost of. Um, and it just seems like, I don't know. I don't know if when the police are pulling people over, are they getting citations for driving
And that's
without
the crazy
insurance?
part because like people in it, like in our state or city where people get pulled over and they don't have a driver's license, half the time the police are not even ticketing them. These people just they show they regular ID and they show their regular ID and the police run their name and then if they name come back clear, the police let them go. So there are a lot of people who are not being ticketed for not having even a valid driver's license. They're not People are not even being ticketed now for even having car insurance. And I feel like the only way you get ticketed now, at least in this city, for not having car insurance, if you're involved in an accident, and then they give you a ticket for not having car insurance.
That's true.
Which
I
is
do. I do
which
agree with
I
you on
feel like
that one.
every time you get pulled over and you don't have proof of insurance, you should get a ticket for not having
Well,
insurance.
some states tow it, don't they? Like if you don't have a license
Yeah,
or
so
insurance,
so
just
it's,
tow your car.
yeah, so there are some states where if you don't have car insurance, your car automatically gets towed just for not having car insurance.
Hmm.
I feel like
Hmm.
maybe if that's something they do make like a law here. I think that it crack down on a lot of reckless driving because people like, well, if I'm in a car driving with no insurance, I'm going to try to drive as pristine as possible so don't get pulled over. If I get pulled over, they're going to take my car.
That's true.
So I don't know. That's something to I think really consider.
I
And
agree.
then speaking of insurance, to switch topics for a little, there was a that was passed in Florida which banned, I believe, from healthcare, and then it just got reversed. So I'm gonna play real fast.
Breaking gay news for the first time in history after they banned trans kids from getting health care.
If we have any kids in the audience, take that away from us.
And restricted it for trans adults.
Not going to transform somebody into a female.
A federal judge just ruled. Hey, Florida, you know that ban on health care for trans people? It's permanently blocked.
It was the colors in the background for me.
He was at the White House at Pride it's for Pride Month and when he did that video. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm like, does when they say like they block trans people from getting these surgeries or whatever in Florida through their health insurance, I'm like, did y'all block all say so like if you was a person who transitioned and you live in Florida, you're not allowed to have health insurance? Because that sounds crazy. So like if my kid says they're trans or consider themselves to be trans, they're not allowed to have health care or health insurance. Like I don't
I would,
understand like
I would think that would be against the law in my head. So I feel like the only way that they could make that happen, and honestly, it should be left up to the insurance company themselves if they're going to cover hormone therapy, you know, um, and surgeries because they see that as being optional. So like cosmetic surgery is optional; it's not covered unless like you're a woman with that wants to get a breast reduction, but you got to prove that it's, limiting your mobility or, causing you to have additional health issues and problems. I
Mm-hmm.
know here in our state, um, health insurance does cover hormone therapy and I believe the surgeries as well, but it's a lot that you have to go through. It's a very long process and a lot of red tape for the surgery. For the hormone therapy, not so much. Um, but yeah, they cover it. The only thing I could say about hormone therapy, um, for women transitioning to men, because testosterone is a controlled substance. That's the only thing. Estrogen is not. Testosterone is. Okay, so that's the only way that I could see them finding a legal loophole, and the insurance companies are saying that it's not medically necessary, so they won't cover it. But like I said, I
I mean,
feel like
insurance companies were
politics
already
shouldn't get
covering it.
into that. But that's what I'm saying.
Insurance
It
companies
shouldn't
were
be a
already covering it.
politics
So
thing.
right. It was just
That's what I'm
that
saying.
governor going on this whole in woke movement type thing and all this progression and stuff. So he just went on his own little crusade against trans people to get that law passed, and then the
So he
Supreme
he
Court just
he basically going on tirade to push his opinions, morals, and beliefs on other people.
pretty much that's really what that came from.
Yeah, you can't do that as a politician. Mm-mm.
Right.
And
Well, some of
who
these
voted him
politicians,
in office though? I'm still trying to figure that out.
uh, drugs. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And speaking of politicians, um, the Supreme Court has ruled that a president can be charged with a crime if they did commit the crime if it wasn't an official act, like what they call it, yeah, like official act, and then
Right. So they said that a politician has immunity,
with a
the
president
president
has
and
immunity.
has immunity against breaking certain laws, basically, if they felt like that it was for an official duty of the president. Right.
like like you know,
So so in my head I think of okay, well,
we actually this is a live show that yeah. Yeah.
so in my mind I think of like, um if the president is given certain types of information that can be detrimental to the country and he suspects there's a mole within his cabinet members, right? Kind of like
Mhm.
withholding certain informations or facts or details or something like that. I can understand that part in order to flush out the mole, right? So I
Mhm.
get that, but only if you're acting in the best interest of your country, right? Now, I know you had a long rant about this yesterday, so let our viewers hear how you feel.
So I was thinking, so like, what it like these crimes that Trump was charged with? These were things that, and I'm not understanding why they pushed back the sentencing date, because these were things that happened while he wasn't a sitting president. So what was the so like the whole election interference thing, and telling them to go, well, I mean, he kind of was the president at that time, I guess. He was telling people to go find votes, but even after the election happened and Biden was in office and he was still doing these things to try to overturn the election or whatever, he was not a sitting president, so that wouldn't be, to me, that wouldn't be considered an official act. The whole hush payment thing with Stormy Daniels, that happened before the first the 16th election. So
Before
that
he was
chaos
elected.
happened before he was actually elected. So these were crimes that were committed before he was president and after he was president. Even when he took those documents to his estate, those top secret documents, those were things that happened while he wasn't a president. So him taking documents, him paying Stormy Daniels, telling people to go find votes and all this other kind of things. These were things that happened while he wasn't a sitting president. And then considering that his businesses had went, actually, I have a clip for y'all that talks about
Oh,
in this shenanigans. I'm going to play that clip for y'all. I think it's this one. That's not it.
It's true that not understanding how old 81 years old looks sometimes is maybe a Democratic Party mistake. But Democrats are not the party that picked the guy whose charity was shut down as a fraud, whose fake university was shut down as a fraud, whose business was convicted on multiple felony fraud counts, whose CFO is quite literally in jail, who had one personal lawyer put in prison and the other has lost his law license, who has been charged under the Espionage Act for whatever this is that he was doing with highly classified documents, including, reportedly, nuclear secrets, who was found liable by a jury for sexual assault, who has been charged with more than a dozen felonies under a RICO indictment in the state of Georgia, and who really has been found guilty by another jury of 30-plus felonies for which he is now awaiting a possible prison sentence. That's who you guys picked. I love that the worry in this instance is that the Democrats might have made a bad choice for their nominee. Only in America.
All right, so y'all saw that list of stuff. I mean, or for you listeners, you heard that list of stuff. Now, it's like that stuff, like some of that stuff was during his presidency, but once again, that stuff that he was doing not considered official presidential acts. This was you running your businesses as a regular U.S. citizen, not as the president. You were still running your businesses as a normal U.S. citizen, breaking laws. So you running your business breaking laws does not account for official presidential acts, which means you're guilty and you need to go serve the jail time.
I mean, even if he was a sitting president, he shouldn't get immunity for any of that stuff. Like all of that stuff is out of pocket.
With the nuclear secret.
Nuclear stuff. Oh my God, that made me so nervous. I'm like, say what now? And then you in bed with Putin on top of that? Come on now.
Exactly.
Come on now. Like I cannot. And to me, it just sounds like they want a war. Why? Because war is profitable. Unfortunately.
Yeah, wars are very profitable, especially for these companies that build army tanks, the ammunition, all that kind of stuff. Like it's very profitable for them. So that's why I feel like wars happen. Like it just be like these random wars that just pop up out of nowhere. Like why are we over?
And I be like, who is mad at who?
Like, why are we getting involved in that? Like what?
Like why is who was mad again? Who did what? Y'all started a war over that? Like you couldn't, and then now it even makes me even more nervous because they made the whole draft. Now it's automatic, right? Mm-hmm. So I have all boys, so they made it automatic for what, men between the ages 18 and 25, I believe, or something like that.
18 to 26.
Okay. So when these men are in their prime physically, right, and not mentally mature, so they're easier to mold, right? I feel like, and brainwash, if you want to use that word. But that makes me nervous, especially if, especially with this man running for president. And I already got one son that's that age, and during his term, if he were to get reelected, I would have another son that's that age. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe in anything. None of what he's doing has benefited or, was for the better of my family, you know, I feel like I'm still trying to come back from the things that happened during his presidency, you know, and then for you to want to take the youth of the country, and I'm pretty sure this time around it probably would be some type of conflict or war that's going to happen, and as a country, we already, your citizens are already having a hard time just living in general, right? For
Mm-hmm.
something like that to happen. And I don't know if it would be more of an internal or an external conflict, but I feel like it would be one.
Uh, yeah, I 100% say that it would be a conflict. And on top of that, I feel like if we do go to war and World War III was to happen, if y'all don't go to Chirac and Alcatraz, get all those motherfuckers out that jailhouse and send them to war. All them people, all them gang bangers, them people that's in there, that's up in there, gang, them people, send them motherfuckers overseas to go fight the war.
Yeah. The ones that we pay for to eat and sleep in house.
Mm-hmm. Send them over there to
Yeah.
go fight a pointless ass war. Like I said, they want World War III to happen. And it's
Hmm.
basically going to be all the countries that are part of NATO versus the rest of the world, or whatever part of the rest
Right.
of the world that participate. I think the only place that's probably that even I think during the World War One or two that didn't get involved in World War those wars was Switzerland. Neutral
Yeah,
country.
Switzerland has always been kind of peaceful.
Yeah, like hey, we don't fuck with us. We won't fuck with
They be
because
like, don't put us in that.
like it's like Switzerland is surrounded by all this like mountain. So like it's like they city.
Hmm.
So like then it's like in the middle of these mountains, it's just Switzerland and it's all surrounded. So like every house in Switzerland they built with like bomb shelters. So they have those. And then on top of that, if an invasion, so like if somebody was trying to invade, they have to come through the mountains to
It's kind of
invade
hard.
Switzerland.
It's hard.
So
Yeah.
they have like stuff in the mountains to try to stop people from coming in and invade. And if they was to get past that, Switzerland literally blows up their own bridges that leads into the city. So you won't be able to get. You have to find another route to even get into the city because all the bridges that lead into the country or city is destroyed. So you won't be able to access it by foot. So like the only way if those two things were to fail, the only way you were honestly be able to invade Switzerland was through the air because you
Yeah.
can't get to it
And
by
and
land.
they and they're probably prepared for that because they know that's the way you would get to
Exactly.
them.
I said Switzerland has been one of the fewest countries where there's you don't hear
Conflict.
about war, you don't hear about conflict, you don't hear about any of those things because it's so hard for it invaded. And then on
Mm.
top of that, the only thing like even with them being surrounded by so many countries that's at war, like with Germany and all the other places that's over there, like we don't want to smoke with them. We just gonna leave them alone because we just ain't no telling what
It ain't
Switzerland
our business.
because Switzerland is not even part of NATO either. So
No, they not.
so it's not even
They
telling what they got stockpile. There's no telling what kind of like weapons they have. Like we just don't know what they are really
but
capable of.
didn't they choose not to be part of NATO because
Yeah,
was it
every
because
country
of the
has the
United
option.
States?
I don't know why they never chose to be part of NATO, but they just because like I feel like only countries like that's part of NATO is basically where like if something was to pop off, we want the biggest countries to come and help us and aid us.
It be the countries that got enemies, like
Yeah,
formidable enemies, and
right.
they decide they want to be part of NATO. Yes, yes, yeah.
Right. So that's why what's that country over there that Russia's at war with? The Ukraine. That's why they're trying to
Ukraine.
fast
Mhm.
track to join NATO. So if they were at any point in time during this during while they're still at war and they think it approved to join NATO, once they think it approved to join NATO and they officially become part of NATO, uh like the UK, America, Canada, part of NATO, basically now we gotta go step in and go defend the Ukraine from Russia. So now that's going to be like that's going to also be a start because now Russia allies because I think Russia is involved with whatever Iran and some of the people over there like they ain't cahoots with each other. So now we got Russia and then whoever they allies are. So it's like now it's going to be all the NATO country versus Russia and their allies, which is even going to cause a World War III. So there's so many different things. Like I feel like the world now we're on the brink of like a snap of a finger of a world war happening, and like it's just one snap and there's like all out war in the world because I believe like Russia and South Korea might be no not South Korea, Russia and North Korea might even be in cahoots with each other. And Kim Jong-un has been trying to send missiles from North Korea over here to America to try to buy them us for years. So it's like so close to
Oh no, you're stuck. Oh no, you're stuck. Oh no, he's stuck.
okay. We're
Oh, you're
back.
back. Okay.
Yeah, I was like it was just circling for both of us on my screen.
Oh, I was talking, but you weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I need to become some type of scientist. So where's Iron Man when you need him and all of his goodies? And we can just build something to vaporize these bombs and these missiles in the air.
So I think like if somebody was to shoot like a missile or something over to America, we have stuff that we shoot off to like kind of counter the missile actually
Yes,
hitting
we
the
do.
ground and stuff like that. So we have those
Ooh.
kind of things, but it's still scary that it can
I want
possibly
a force
happen.
field.
I mean, no, hopefully they can be smart enough to build them. I mean, we already worried about World War III. We're already worried about the cost of living. We're worried about Yellowstone Park erupting. If that erupting, cause
Oh, Mother
more
Nature. Okay. Mother Nature finna sat us all down, is what you saying.
if Yellowstone Park erupts, it could cause another ice age. It would be unlivable for people to live.
You heard me say,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
already got
So
all this intense global warming and then go from one extreme to the next.
yeah,
That's
so
going
it's
to kill
like
off a
so
lot.
like with the whole global warming thing now, like where like the Earth is constantly heating up. So like all these natural disasters that's happening is Earth's way of trying to cool itself back down. Um, like a lot of people don't know that a lot of land is actually created from volcanoes.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. So like the volcanoes spits up dirt and all these things. That's how
And
some
it
land
creates a
things are.
landmass that we
Right.
that we float on.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So with that being said, like when Yellowstone Park erupts, it's basically gonna cause like so basically anybody who lives within the vicinity of Yellowstone Park, you're instantly just gone. I hate to say it. Um,
Fossilized.
yeah, and then
Hmm.
so like it's gonna like if it erupts, it's gonna cause this cloud of smoke, and this is gonna spread and spread and spread like it can even spread
Hmm.
over here to
Blot
where
out
we
the
live at.
sun.
So
Yeah. Kind of
yeah,
like
it'll
the
block out the
meteor.
sun, so
Hmm.
we won't be able to grow crops and stuff like
Grow
that.
anything.
Right, so
Hmm.
we won't be able to
The
grow
animals will start
nothing.
to die off first. Yep. Then we're
So
not gonna have food.
so like
Yeah.
we will initially survive the actual eruption. It's just that if the planet decides to cool itself off, like if it does like they think that could happen, like the Earth can reach like below like it'd be like negative 90 some degrees on Earth, which is we
Oh,
won't be able
okay.
to survive
So
in those temperatures on Earth.
let me find. Let me get a whole bunch of coals. Let me get one of those coal ovens. Let me get a triple fat goose. let me build a well.
I'm not drunk, old man theater.
Um, but yeah, man. I mean, I hope I don't see something like that within my lifetime. Because you got to think about it. Like, how long would it actually? So, you think about the dinosaurs and the meteor hitting the Earth. I feel
Uh,
like that was a bigger,
I
you
think the
know.
whole process is a few like 6 to 7 month process before Earth
That
reaches a
seemed pretty fast.
before Earth reaches a temperature where it's just unlivable for humans.
So the meteor is called an ELE, right? Extension level event, right? So I could see that happening on a faster scale because it was a bigger eruption, so on and so
Hmm.
forth, right? But like you said, for one, humans, we can survive a lot longer without food, and we're herbivores. I mean, omnivores, so we can either eat meat or plants. The plants are going to die out first, right? Unless somebody got a greenhouse, but you got to have energy for a greenhouse, right? Even if you don't have
Hmm.
um, electrical energy, you still ain't gonna have the sun, so you don't have solar energy. You got to figure out how to keep the greenhouses going, right? So we can survive on vegetables, but at the same time, what are the animals gonna eat, right? So, oh my god, so it's like, what do you do after that? Once the animals start to die off, then it's just like, oh, now certain animals can
Right.
survive, right? So
Yeah.
I think of,
So the Earth
the
will
oceans,
eventually, like the Earth will
the oceans.
eventually, like life actually restart again on Earth. What
Yeah, it's like
what
a hard
species
reboot.
become? Yeah, species will become the new dominant species. We don't know. It
So it probably gonna be something like it was before when something crawled up out of the ocean because the ocean can only freeze so far down.
right.
It's not gonna be one big chunk of rock. Like the first couple of miles maybe would freeze, but other than that, it's the all the marine animals that can survive deeper in the ocean, they're gonna survive and they're
Yeah.
gonna
So
continue.
the part of the oceans where it's just complete darkness, like those animals
Yes.
will survive. Like that's like 25,000, feet below sea level type stuff. Like those animals will
Hmm.
survive it. But like far as us on the surface, mm,
No, surface animals will die. Surface animals will die, except for like cockroaches or some shit. Something that something that can hibernate, right? Something that can hibernate in extreme
yeah.
temperatures.
So
And I
like
mean, it gotta be.
we have to figure out a way to build something underground that can stay heated, and two, be able to grow food, and then have
All you
clean
need,
drinking water.
all you need to do is learn how to build a fire. You stay warm. So that's one
Right.
thing, right? Certain caves, you know, go pretty deep. Like if you go into a mountain or something like that, caves go pretty deep. So you got to think about
Hmm.
like Neanderthals. Like how did they survive? Deep caves, fire, animal skins and stuff like that. Kept them warm. I mean, we got coats, pants, boots, things like that. Um,
Right.
but yeah, man. I mean, I see that happening, especially if you know, we already got a lot of global warming going on, and like you said, the Earth is trying to cool itself down. If we go into like a World War III and everybody shooting off missiles and nuclear weapons, it's only going to speed that process up,
I
right?
mean, to be
So then,
honest, if we go into a nuclear war, we didn't got Mother Nature taking us out, 'cause we're gonna take ourselves out, because it'll be so much radiation in the atmosphere that it would kill life on Earth. Well, at least on the surface of Earth, it is just eliminate life. So that's why we don't need a nuclear war to happen.
and radiation sickness ain't no punk. Some people can come back from it, but a lot of people cannot. And then when you start to have offspring after something like that, after surviving
Then it
something
can't
like
be
that,
killed.
then
Just
Correct.
look at like Chernobyl. They're like it's
Yeah.
still unlivable.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
happened back in what, 670 something, and it's still unlivable to this day.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, I don't want somebody in office that wants conflict. I need somebody that has some type of conflict resolution skills. And a lot of people don't have that. And that's scary. Like, you don't know when to walk away. You don't know when to or how to solve a problem without threatening violence, you know, or being petty and try to be and win everything. You got to cut your losses sometimes. You got to learn how to compromise, right? And you got to
Mm-hmm.
make the best decision for it, especially if you lead a whole nation of people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do that. And then just because to say, oh, I held this office, and you think you in your 70s touching 80, and you ain't gonna see the aftermath of what you have done. You're not
Right.
even thinking about your family. It's a lot of people that don't even care about stuff like that. I think about stuff like that. Like, I want my family line to continue. I don't want the ones that I gave birth to have to suffer when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Or my kids, so on and so forth. That's not fair. That's not what life is about. We were put on this planet to enjoy all of its beautiful things that it has to offer in all the life forms. And it's like we take all of that stuff for granted. So, like, I know we talked about, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. Like, I know we talked about like electric cars. I would love to see that become a new norm as long as somebody can, a lot of people like to do road trips, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're gonna have to change out our gas stations for charging stations, but then how long does it take for the car to charge? And am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a different change of life, but I feel like it's necessary because everybody drives a car pretty much now. Or
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot more airplanes flying too, So I feel like that's going to create an issue.
I agree. I'm hoping I got the video, y'all. Let me see here.
It's true.
What are you doing? You can't park. What are you doing?
For some reason, the the video didn't upload, so I have to go. Oh my god. Okay, so Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was expelled boxing star. Ryan Garcia. He was expelled from active. Oh, okay. He has been expelled from activity in the organization after he reportedly used racial slurs against Black people um, and Muslims in comments on live stream and social media. Um, I'm trying to figure out. I'm sorry, y'all. I wish I would have had the video would have uploaded for y'all and it did a better job explaining. But he said he did apologize for everything. Uh,
Yeah, after he got booted.
yeah, after he booted and everything. I wish I could find like the actual comments that he had said in those live streams. Um, I mean, to feel like this was a well, this is what it is type situation.
So when I went back and I was reading like his tweets, right? Um, it sounded like he is having some mental health challenges.
Oh man, theater need
I
help.
don't know if anybody has heard of flight of ideals. A lot of times, flight of ideals happens when somebody is experiencing psychosis mania or just plain old schizophrenia, where they go like he would tweet one thing and then turn around and say another, like, and then it's like they were all kind of like loosely connected, which he was talking about all races. Um, But he would go from being angry, happy, apologizing. Like he was like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he couldn't conform. He couldn't communicate actually what he was trying to say, is what I felt. Now, I'm not going to say what he was trying to say was good or bad, or racist or not racist, but that whole, like his whole thread, I was like, yikes. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I don't really know too much about the young man. I feel like I heard about him not too long ago for some things he said. And I know he's a boxer, and I know, I don't know if he sustained any like head trauma or anything like that. But he was like all over the place. And then he got booted from what I think like the Boxing Association or something like that. And a lot of people feel like the things that he was saying was racist, like he loved N words. Then it said something the hard ER, and then something. I don't know why y'all feel that way about the hard R, and then he turned around and said, "I love N words." You know what I'm saying? So that's where people kind of felt like it was being racist. But then, I always got to play devil's advocate with these things. So, he's Latino, right? And I know a lot of people of the Latino race do use the N word, right? Because I feel like here in this country, they have been treated not as bad, not that I've seen documented in textbooks, et cetera, as the African American race, right? Not saying that they haven't been treated bad, not saying that they don't have racist encounters, not, just look at how Trump and the wall and all of that stuff, right? But that is, in my experience with dealing with my Latino friends, that is a word that they use. They don't use the hard ER. You know what I'm saying? They do use the N word as slang. And I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess it didn't make me feel any kind of way specifically because the people that I know that are Latino that use that word, I know them personally, and I know that they're not racist, right? Their whole family is mixed and intertwined, Latino and Black people. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, that's just kind of like how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like he was unstable. But I mean, him being booted out the Boxing Association probably was best for him, so he could kind of get a hold on what's going on with him and just try to heal and get better because we don't really know what the backstory is, right? So that's, maybe he can come back and maybe be a trainer or do MMA fighting or, many other things, so hopefully he doesn't continue to spiral downwards. Because I would hate
that whatever he end up doing, that he don't take Black jobs. What? Whatever his future plans are, just don't take no Black jobs.
Why y'all can't take nothing seriously? Y'all can't take nothing seriously. This is why, you know what?
Because I saw a video online, and it was these like Mexicans. They was working on a fence, and an Amazon driver pulled up, and it was like, "That's the Black job." So they ran after the Amazon driver, trying to take his stuff, and then tried to steal the truck.
Listen, we can't be harassing each other now. We need to stand in solidarity.
Oh man, Theater. I cannot show that.
What do you want?
I can't show that comment on the live stream, sir. You're gonna get me banned from.
Oh yeah, we ain't doing that.
You can get away with hoe, but I don't think I could put, you know, the NIGGA on the thing.
Listen, he should have just said N word. Well, what's wrong with him? Tell him to retype that comment.
Talking about some sorry.
I need him to retype that comment.
Oh God.
So, but you said you had you had a video for him?
I did, but I can't. It's not on the thing.
Mm. Mm. So yeah, I think I probably will be following that just because me as a health professional. I used to be a psych major. It's that just kind of touched me a little bit. When you see somebody that is probably in a crisis.
He did say there are stupid stupid motherfuckers of all colors.
That's true. He's always felt that way. Right? He's always felt that way. That is a true statement, though. Like it don't matter what your skin color look like. Like you got stupid people everywhere. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but you also have people struggling for mental illness everywhere too. So it's like in my head, like when somebody go on social media, I'd be like, who was around him? Did anybody tell him he was like, hey, bro, you need to chill out? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but people are sometimes come around people for the benefit of themselves, right? So they seen him
Mm-hmm.
up and coming boxer, you know, don't really care about what's going on with him as long as he got the money coming in. They're gonna be around him, and they're not gonna stop him from what these kids call now crash out. They don't stop him from crashing out, and that's basically what he's doing, you know. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad to watch him, lose his livelihood over that. Now he did it
Oh God.
backwards. Yes, it
Oh
is. Thank
God.
you.
Oh
Thank
God.
you. We also use the ninja emoji too.
Um. I have the rest for the show, y'all. I ain't got nothing else. I think we covered everything.
You ain't got nothing else to do. We covered
But
everything. I mean, why
I,
you stop me from
I do
ranting
got
then?
because I do got videos for the week.
Oh, okay. We can watch some of those.
But first, I don't feel like I did this icon in a while. So here we go. This
Yay.
in a while.
It's true.
I gotta find it. So this video was you ain't been drinking.
What did he say?
I've been drinking. So this
Me
video
too.
is a woman who was unhappy about a decor that somebody had on their porch, basically a Karen. So I'm gonna play the video for y'all.
Oh Lord.
How you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to talk about this Tigger flag.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, why not?
Now, I thought the American flag was real nice.
Uh-huh.
I don't say nothing about the shrubbery being cut. I don't say nothing about the backyard. But now, I don't like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't hang that. My brother hung that.
Well, I know. I'm just telling you, I don't like it.
Okay.
And we have rules. I won't have to go find out what they are, but I don't like that.
I mean, this isn't a homeowners association, though.
No, but there's rules for the community. There is called Williamsburg something, and there's rules.
Okay.
So, I'm just saying, I don't like it.
All right.
It makes it look tacky.
Welcome.
Makes the neighborhood look tacky.
It doesn't, but that's okay.
Huh?
I said it doesn't, but it's okay. You're allowed your opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna find out about it.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
So
no, she don't work.
She handled that well.
I
She
said that like
handled
she
that
handled
well.
it really well.
Because I would have
And
exercised my Second Amendment.
and I'm guessing that her brother, from what I'm guessing, must have had put up a pride flag, and she's unhappy about a pride flag, probably. That's the only
Who
thing
cares?
that make
It's colors. It's colors. You upset about the rainbow?
She said, I'm gonna go
You
figure
mad?
out
You
the
mad at the
rules.
rainbow?
How you know your rules in your own city?
Because you just making us. You just not you. Get off my property before I call the police. Get off my property before I call the police.
Like, you really took the time out of your day to walk up to my house, walk on my porch, knock on the door more than one time to tell me you don't like the flag that my brother put up.
Like she said, you're entitled to your opinion, and so are other people. So she can do whatever she wants to on her property. She can hang whatever flag she want to hang on her property, as long as it's not treasonous. I know that's right. Hold on. Cause what is wrong with people? Like, I be waiting on people in this like it ain't no homeowners association. So you coming around the corner on my property, it looked like they was out in the States somewhere. So probably a lot of land. I don't say anything about your shrubbery. I don't say anything about the backyard. Why are you watching my property?
Right.
Why are you watching my property?
Old white people with nothing to do who stuck in 1950. They want to go back to living like it's 1950 again.
I be waiting on somebody to come to my doorstep, honey. Ooh, I be waiting on it. They leave me alone. They don't come talk to me, and I love it. Oh, is he? What are you drinking? What you drinking, Theo?
Old people juice. So,
probably some moonshine.
I have another video for y'all, and this one I was like, I couldn't believe when I saw this, because this makes me wonder if this is how Tina boys be when they go to the doctor. So I'm gonna play this video, and here we go.
Stop recording me, weirdo.
He is strong. He's a basketball player, isn't he? All right. If you don't scream, then we'll give you 2 lollipops, okay? What are you doing?
Where you go? He's scared of needle.
Okay. Is really?
Can we reschedule this?
No. You got tattoos, Junior.
Alright, but the needle don't go.
No, it will be just a pinch.
Yeah, it's just a pinch.
First,
It's a
don't
little
look at the
teeny
needle.
needle.
Don't look at the needle. Look on the other side, okay? If you're looking at the needle, it's the fear of the needle.
Alright, just look at me.
Alright, can we reschedule this?
Okay.
No.
Mom can sit down with you, okay?
No. I don't even want her here.
You want me to step out?
You're okay.
I can't even tighten my arm.
Don't tighten.
I said, don't look at me, okay?
Mom.
That's it, okay? What did you do? You cried after the needle.
It was out, Junior.
That was not good. You cried after the needle shot was given. It's only one. There's one more. It didn't hurt, right?
Yes, it did.
You know it didn't.
Hurry up, you gotta hear
Why
it.
I'm bleeding?
No, you're not bleeding.
I can see it.
There's a little pinch. Okay. This is your pimple. There's no even.
Nah, I ain't got no pimples on my arms.
Little sweat bumps.
No, I don't want no more.
Yes, come on. You got a hair appointment. Just take it.
Exactly. I gotta go to my microphone.
Okay, you can come sit down with him from moral sport. Hold his arm.
You want me to come over and sit with you? Then don't move.
Okay, you ready?
No, not ready.
You ready? Okay. All right. Okay.
Don't move.
Hold it. Good job. One more. Do you want one more? Okay, hold on. Let me put this.
Hold on, you gotta put.
Okay, first of all, he like 6'8". And from the way it looked to me, I don't know how old. Yeah. Oh, okay, moonshine. I knew I was right. Um, from the way, I don't know if he grown or not. First of all, I'm not gonna be like I take my kids back there and I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna walk out. You just need me to verify who they are and what they here for. I'll be in the waiting room. Because what you need me in here for, you don't, right? But no, my kids take their shots like soldiers. I mean, it's a shot. Like, you better not, because I'm going to rib you through eternity if you ever do any mess like that.
It was funny,
Okay?
the doctor, when he screened, the doctor was like, what was that?
I know. That was funny. That was funny. But then also, you know what that also showed me is, I don't think it was funny. I mean, it's funny, but it wasn't. First of all, she knew he was going to react like that, right? So she was recording him. But then, okay, I don't know how old he is. Like at why is he getting more than one shot? Okay, number two. And then number three, she must have babied him, because ain't no way in the world you can't take a little prick for a shot.
Right.
Sir.
That was just.
He was wimpy.
See, that was hilarious. And on top of that, he'd be like, when the doctor was like, if you do good or something like that, you get 2 lollipops. I'm like, like, why is he talking to this big grown ass man like he that is not me. I can take a shot, soldier. Except that the only shot like they got me fucked up was when I had to get that what's that injection for pain?
Toradol?
Yes. That much.
It's a lot of liquid depending on how much they give you. So yeah, I understand, but I mean it's worth for them.
I almost punched a pregnant doctor. That's how bad that. Like,
did they give it to you in your shoulder or your thigh?
In my arm. It was a big.
So I would have given it to you in your thigh. Yeah.
So it was a big. No, so they gave it to me and they put it directly where the pain I was having it at in the arm. So
they didn't have to
right there, and that needle was big and long and stuff. She was like, "Yeah, we got a little, so that way the blood cells are activate." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." So she stick the needle in there. I'm like, "Oh, it's not that bad." But then when she got the injecting it, like, bitch, I was ready to punch them. Like, it hurt so much.
So so I mean, me being a nurse, right? I'm going to inject where your biggest muscle is if it's an IM injection. So if you got big shoulders, I know you can take it, right? If you got big legs like you, I'm going to give you all your shots in your legs because you can take it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier there. If your butt is big, that's where it's going. You know what I'm saying? So I give people the option. I tell them, hey, it's probably going to hurt here, this, that, and the other. I always tell people I'm not going to cap. Shots hurt depending on what I'm pushing into your body and how much I got to push it in there. How much medication I have to push in there. But yeah, man, I mean, I feel like the shot that hurt the most for me, and it didn't hurt when I got the shot, but the aftermath would be tetanus.
See, I was fine with the tetanus shot. It was that damn the Toradol, whatever it's called.
But the Toradol, but it's
after I got the shot, like my arm was in worse pain after I got the shot. Like it was like pain.
So if she used the wrong size needle, so this is what a lot of people do, right? So healthcare 101, injection 101, right? You got different size needles. So for an intramuscular injection, generally you're going to choose between a 1 inch needle and a 1.5 inch needle. So depending on how much fat you think you got to get through to get to muscle is what you're going to use, right? I rarely use a 1.5 inch needle, and I know the way you're talking, it sounds like it probably was a 1.5 inch needle. And generally, if they touch your bone and get really close to your bone when they do an injection, that's the kind of pain that you're going to feel. Okay. So me, I generally use a 1 inch needle because people have less fat in certain areas than people realize. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you putting it in somebody's arm and you think, they are a person that has a little bit more weight on them, that don't necessarily mean that it's all fat. Just because they're not cut like a bodybuilder, it doesn't mean that it's fat. What? What you mean, really? What? So, like my legs, right?
You got that shot, it hurt.
So, like my legs, right? My legs don't have any fat on them, right? So you need to use a 1 inch, ain't no 1.5, because you touch my femur bone, I'm gonna punch you in your face.
And that's
probably what happened.
I think when she did the injection, she was like, I guess they had to like kind of scrape like the bone to activate it a little bit or some shit like that.
Hell no. I don't know what I don't know. No, that's not that's not a Toradol shot.
I was in so much pain when
you would be.
Because when I went back to the doctor, they were like, "Are you still receiving the Toradol?" I'm like, it's been so long since I got it. Like, I don't know what the fuck is that. So that's what they call it when I go to the.
No, you don't scrape. No. Oh God, no. You do not. Toradol is the same. You put it in the same place as a flu shot, as a COVID shot, is pretty much all of your immunizations besides like MMR and the chickenpox vaccine. Those are sub-Q. Like you don't no. Those are all intramuscular shots. Ain't no touching the bone. You ain't supposed to be touching a bone to give an injection. Period. So I mean, I use 1.5 inch needles to give injections into a joint space because that's how long they are. When I'm putting if I'm getting steroid injections in the knee, I use a 1.5 inch needle because it goes further. But I'm touching them. Oh, okay.
Huh?
So you get what I'm saying? So no, next time they tell you need to touch the bone, say this not BMT.
Last time I got that shot was 2021. I got it again. I always decline it.
No.
Like no.
Nah, you need to have somebody else get that shot. Like me, I get Toradol shots all day. What he got going on? Is it hot? Is he what?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Let me get into this next video because he done lost his mind.
An entitled Tesla driver decided to stop in the middle of the road to run some errands. I'm not even kidding. Watch what this guy does.
Go? Dude. Go! Go! Go!
And then look what this driver does. The Tesla driver.
Go!
He gets out and goes into a store. And he's parked in the middle of the road with his hazards on.
Dude! Go! He got out of his car!
I would have been so fucking frustrated.
So, a couple of questions. Number one, why you just didn't go around them on the right side? That's what I would have did.
Oh, you're on the right side. I'm just thinking on the left side. You see the traffic still going through right there.
But that looks like a left turn lane. Number two, why the Tesla driver just didn't pull over to the curb? So that really grinds my gears. It grinds my gears. So it's like people here that do that. You don't want to pull over to the curb. I'm gonna pull all the way up to your bumper. I pull all the way up to your bumper and I make eye contact because what are you doing? You got all this curb space, and then what bothers me is they pull over or they stop in the middle of the street to talk to somebody. We got cell phones, you got curb space, all of that. Pull over, get out the car. You cannot hold up traffic. The traffic, especially here, that we was talking about, people get into all them accidents. You can't do that. This is another reason why accidents happen. And then the way everything in our gun violence is going on, this is why people are encountering random ass gunshots.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I want to ask you, did you I haven't heard any updates about the young lady from that one police chase for Juneteenth. Remember, it was 6 of them in the car.
I haven't heard any updates on that either. They haven't even talked about it. I had to actually go digging for updates on that.
I haven't dug for it either, but I feel like that's something that our city would tell us because it was an officer involved shooting. The baby died,
I mean, I
and then
think
the mother was in
because
critical
they might be
condition.
still doing an investigation. So I think once they complete the investigation, then that stuff can take months before we actually get like the results of it.
Man, listen, tag me in, coach. I had it done before the 4th of July. We're not going to drag this out. We're not dragging this out.
Oh Lord.
Mm-mm.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
I'm sorry.
Oh, one thing that really gets me is not when people's like stop in the middle of the road. It's like people. So, when I was learning to drive, I was taught that if I'm going to make a right hand turn, and before you get close to your turn, you move over to like closer towards the curb, and then you make your right hand turn. It really grinds my gears when people make the right hand turn from the lane. Like you slowing up all this traffic
From the driving lane. Yeah.
Yeah. And it really grinds my gears when people do that.
Then the people that didn't go through driver's ed and don't have an actual real license.
I never took driver's ed.
But you got an actual license.
I do.
I don't even know how you got past that loophole, sir.
What?
How old were you when you got your driver's license?
I was like 20.
Oh, that's why you didn't have to go through driver's ed. What? Not you didn't get a driver's license until 20. Oh my God. I'm gonna rip you. Oh, you should have never told us that.
I wasn't really driving or anything then because at the time I was still mostly taking a bus and stuff.
What? So, I got my driver's license as soon as I turned 16. What you talking about?
I have no car or nothing. So
you didn't have to have a car.
Care for having one. So then when I actually was like, okay, well, I'm free to go get it. So I'm free to start getting a car and stuff. So then I went and did the permit test. I didn't even read anything. I just went up there on a random day, like, oh, let me just do my permit, and then scheduled the permit, hit the test, passed the test. A week later, went back and did the road test. Still didn't read anything, and just magically.
Because it's common sense. That's what I'm saying, man. Common sense.
And I think I didn't go get my license till I financed my first car. When I was about to finance it. That's not
because you had to have a valid driver's license.
Yeah, so like when I actually got
what's that say? Oh, he still don't need them now.
Oh my God. So no, they let me purchase the car. So I think I had my permit still. Let me purchase the car.
You financed it?
Yeah, so I wasn't able to insure the car. I was able to finance the car without a driver's license, but you can't. And then They won't let you drive it off the lot unless it's insured. So
Okay.
I had my grandfather at the time insure my car.
Yes.
And then a week later, I went and got my driver's license and got the insurance put in my name.
You know what? I've only ever had one car note in my life.
I don't
One.
have
The rest of
many.
them I paid for cash.
We all
I
know how
cashed
many.
out on all my cars.
We all know how many times I'm changed my car in the last.
Yeah, we know, and that's exactly why your car insurance is where it's at. You know, I didn't want to say nothing earlier, but since you want to open the floodgates, we're just gonna talk about you having a new car every two years.
It has not been every two.
I believe him because he's a country boy. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I have switched cars every 2 years. Well, this one,
you have.
This one I actually plan on keeping.
You know what? Like, you just like pop up and be like, "Oh yeah, I got a new car." I'm like, that's like a big thing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you just woke up today and was like, "I'm gonna go to the car lot." Like, every time I go to
the last I see what had happened was, I had went in and I was going to go do oil change on my car, and then I was just walking around. I started looking at cars. I'm like, oh, this is a nice car right here. And then next thing I know, I'm sitting down doing paperwork. Like, I'm gonna finance the whole car while I was getting oil change. Like, I only came up here for oil change, and I'm leaving with a new car.
Every time I buy a car, it's a whole day event. So I don't know how you got the stamina to go through that, but
it's very easy for me because all the cars are all financed through actual Nissan, so I never have to go through like a private bank or anything like that. So Nissan themselves finance the cars for me.
I mean, yeah. I think no, because the last time I financed a car, it was an Impala, and that was in 2006. And it's like, I'm not 2024.
And that's what I'm not financed to like an actual bank or anything like. So like when I make my payments go to Nissan Corporation. That's what the payments go to for my car.
Listen, this car dealership finna get so when I bought my truck, he was mad because I didn't want to finance, and I had this cashier's check for him in hand. And he was like, "You don't want to finance? Why would I?" And I got a cashier's check in your face.
Right.
Give me my car so I can drive off the lot, sir.
Well, I didn't have 32, 31. Well, no, because I didn't get the base model. I didn't have $33,000 for the vehicle.
See, that's why I don't buy cars that cost that much. In my head, I'm like, why do I really need a car that costs that much? Because I've had this car for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, the engine seized on me, but I didn't pay for anything for that.
All I know is that I wanted, eventually I knew I was going to SUV. So, and then the opportunity came up. So like, fuck it, let's just go ahead and get it. And then,
but you don't buy used cars. Okay. So, but and then I'm like, why not? So
I mean,
in my head,
at the time, so like it wouldn't have made no point. So like, because I already had a 2020, and I'm like, well, it ain't no point in me going and buying an older car than what I already had. So, and that's only if I was to buy a used SUV, I would have to between 20. I think they had between 2014 and 2016, and I was like, no. So I wanted. No.
What's wrong with the 2014 to 2020? My car's a 2014.
Because now I'm at the point where I'm used to certain features.
Listen, number one, I didn't want to push button start. No push button start. Right?
I got spoiled because I got used to having a keyless car. So I got spoiled.
Nah. I need a car with a key. And that's probably why my car hasn't been sold as a Kia. Because
I still have a physical key to it.
But they can't start my car any other way other than the key. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, unless they break the steering column, and these kids don't know how to steal a car like that now.
I mean, yeah, and then like I was like, say, it'd be really hard for them to steal mine because my shit is not even built into the steering column. I don't know how they did it. It's theirs is built very.
Like, no, I'm good.
So
So
I
I
don't know.
just think about like push button starts and electrical things. I've had cars that had electrical problems, and I know how much it costs. And I
Because
was
I
like,
think
you
because
know
I think in
what?
my Altima. So I think in my Altima, like the button to start it was like kind of next to the steering wheel. And then like the
Mm-hmm.
one I got now, the button I start is by where you set your cell phone and stuff at, and that center console is where you started at now.
Mm. Yeah, neither one of those are for me. I'm not. No, absolutely not.
But let me get into this next video before we you know. So I was hoping I'm gonna go get this exact outfit for my brother. So I'm gonna play the video.
Oh.
We gotta get the kid packed up. And what?
Where did you get that? What are you wearing?
I'm a dad now.
Where did you get that?
We gotta get the kid loaded up.
In the back of his pants.
Load him up.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Golly.
What?
Take it off. Take it off. No. Take it off.
Really pretty good. I'm a father now, so what you gotta wear.
Grandpas don't even wear that now.
The Nike Monarchs.
Super don't look.
Oh guys, so those of you who can't see it, he had the official
That
dad
was so
outfit.
cute.
He had on the polo shirt with the Levi shorts with a fatty pack and them damn and blue Nike shoes. Like that's the official dad starter pack. Right?
That's so cute. The only thing he was missing was his cell phone on the belt clip.
All right, I said I want to go get my brother that exact outfit so bad.
That was so cute.
Like this is
That
what
was
you're
so
supposed to be
cute.
wearing now. Yeah, this is what you're supposed to.
That was so cute. That was cute. That was cute.
Whoa. Okay, I got another Karen video for y'all. And when I came across this, I didn't watch the whole video, so I'm gonna save it for the podcast. So let's watch.
What are you doing?
You can't park here.
This is my car.
This is my property. You're not allowed to park here.
But I don't understand. This is public
you can't
street
park
parking.
here. I own this property. It's mine. It belongs to me. You cannot park
No, it's
here.
not. This is public
Yes,
street
it does.
parking. This is public street parking. Can you move away from my car, please?
Filming me right now?
Yeah, I'm allowed to film you because you're.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Put me on Facebook.
No,
Go ahead.
No.
Do it.
Okay. All right. Well, can you seriously move away from my car, though?
No, I'm not. You cannot park here. This is my property, and I'm telling you,
this
can't park
the
here.
street
So
is
I'm
your
gonna make
property.
it obvious that you cannot park here ever again.
The street is your property,
Yes,
really?
yes, I own all of this. Go away.
You own all the street?
Yes, I do. I own all of this. Now go away.
No, you don't. Seriously,
Yes, I
stop
do.
taping my car.
I can do whatever I want. It's my property.
No, you can't.
Yes,
All right, seriously,
I can.
move
What are you
away.
doing?
Move away.
No,
Stop.
No, all right.
Stop. Move.
All right. I'm
Are
gonna
you-
wrap you in it.
Are you
because
seriously?
You don't learn.
Are you
don't learn
seriously
the hard
wrapping
way.
me
Yeah,
in
I am
caution
gonna wrap
tape?
you in caution
Are
tape
you
because
kidding
that's
me?
what you deserve.
No, you
Maybe
can't.
you'll
Stop.
Learn. Maybe.
Learn what?
I
What
don't know
are you
that
talking
you're
about? All right, I'm gonna rip this. I'm gonna rip this tape.
No, you're
right
not.
now. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It was a scream for me. Wait a minute.
1-800
Wait.
Choke.
So, how much Xanax do she need in a day? Because this is why I don't want to be a housewife, because they don't be having shit to do, and then stuff like this happens.
And then on top of that, it's like none of us own the actual street. Like we don't even own the house. You technically don't even own the sidewalk, even though the city requires you to shovel the sidewalk in snowstorms and shit like that. You don't even own the sidewalk that people walk on. You don't own the street that people park in front of your house. So it's like, what is wrong with this lady?
Where did she find the caution tape at, though? What? She got a whole roll of caution
Did she
tape.
just have a random roll of caution tape in her house for this exact moment? It was like she was like, "I'm gonna get that motherfucker for parking in front of my house in my parking spot."
So where do they husbands be at when they acting like that? Like
somewhere
where do the husbands be at?
Somewhere
You get what I'm saying? It's always it's like you cannot be for real. You can't be for real. Like, are you serious? Like you rapping this man's like you touching his property and he's parked on the street. Like, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. And then you started screaming because somebody broke your punk ass caution tape.
I mean, you don't own your house or land. We still got to pay. If we don't pay the taxes on the house or the land, hell, they can take that shit. You really don't own nothing in this country.
Listen, that is for everybody.
Right. Okay. So I got one more video, and then when I saw this, I was just like, I couldn't believe this. I couldn't, because I wanted this. Yeah, I'm just gonna play.
Hey, I'm fixing to go in the store and get a Coke. You want one? We got to fix something at Dollar General? What? We work on Dollar General? I ain't fixed. What are you talking about? I ain't working on nothing here. Well, you just said you got to go fix something at Dollar General. I'm going and get a Coke. You want a Coke? Okay. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want a Coke. All right, whatever. I'll take a Mountain Dew. I just asked you if you wanted a Coke. You said no. I don't want a Coke. What, are you playing mind games? So you want a Coke? I do want a Mountain Dew. That's a Coke. It's not the same. The Coke don't even make Mountain Dew. Pepsi does. What are you talking about? Why couldn't you just say it? Why are you playing mind games with me? Well, it's not the same thing. All right, dude. Well, you know what? I probably need to come in and get some stuff for the barbecue this weekend. This weekend? The barbecue that you invited me to. Oh, the cookout? I forgot about that. You coming to the cookout? What are we going to eat this weekend? It's just hamburgers and hot dogs. Right. You going to cook them on the barbecue? Why would we put barbecue on the hot dog? What are you talking about? What? I'm so confused. This weekend, it's a cookout. We're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs cooked on the barbecue at your house, right? Dude, we're cooking hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. I'm so confused. Okay, let's go get some stuff for the barbecue cookout. Y'all, you weird, dude. All right, come on. Grab a buggy when we get in here because we got a lot. A shopping cart? We're not at Home Depot. It ain't a cart. It's a damn buggy. What is a buggy? The thing you put stuff inside the store. What are you talking about? That don't even make sense. It's not even a word. Is that a real word? Is buggy a real word? It's a buggy. We're going to go in here. We're going to go in here. We're going to grab a buggy. Okay. And we're going to get some stuff for the cookout. Right? We're going to put it all in the buggy. And if you want to put a Coke in the buggy, you can. I'll get it for you. Whatever kind you want. I got a lot of them. Okay. Well, I'm getting thirsty. Let me go get my Coke Mountain Dew. That makes no sense. Well, y'all don't understand English up there? Weird, dude. Y'all weird.
So I can say, living in our city, we understand both of them, right? I feel like we do, right? We understand what all of those words mean.
Although, to be honest, us Northerners, we don't say cookout. We say you going to the barbecue this weekend. We don't say you going to the cookout this weekend. We say you going to the barbecue this weekend.
So I do say I'm going to barbecue this weekend, but then I do say you want to come to the cookout. So it's different.
I've never used the
term. It's different. So I'm going to barbecue, like that's a actual like action. But then the cookout is like the event.
We just always said barbecue. Nobody has ever used cookout ever.
What?
We don't use the term cookout.
Yeah, it's a cookout because that incorporates people gathering, liquor, and food and music and shenanigans.
We just gonna be like,
that's what a cookout is.
Hey, you coming to the barbecue this weekend?
Right, but a barbecue is one portion of a cookout.
True, but we don't add all the extra stuff. We just in our family, we just like you coming to the barbecue this weekend. We grilling.
No.
Oh, we grilling this weekend.
When you say
coming over?
right, if you say you grilling this weekend, don't necessarily mean you're gonna have all the other aspects of a cookout. You okay?
In
So you
our family,
understand,
that's what we
right?
assume. That's in our family. We say we barbecue grilling. That means come over. We gonna barbecue some food. We gonna have some drinks.
No,
We gonna play
no,
some
no, no,
cards.
no,
We might
no,
play some Pokemon.
absolutely
We
not.
gonna do all that. We know that's in our family. That's what
No,
that's what barbecue
no,
is.
and then your family is from the South. How dare y'all?
Huh? Who from the South?
You heard
We city
me?
folk.
Ain't your granddaddy from the South?
Word.
Uh, so your family from the South?
Yeah, but we city folk though.
No, you not city folk. You country folk in the city.
I don't know nothing about the country. I can't to be honest. I wouldn't even
Yeah,
survive
you
out
ain't
the country.
gotta know nothing about the country. You was
I wouldn't
raised
even,
like you was in the country.
I wouldn't survive out in the country. I
You
was raised
sound
like
like you live in the country.
I didn't eat no coon. I ain't eat no squirrels. No, he tricked
You
me
ain't
one
gotta
time.
eat no damn cone. I've had rabbit. Rabbit is good, but
he tricked me one time with the squirrel though. He thought he was slick that time. But
so
still,
but rabbit is real good. Rabbit is real good. You
I'm
gotta
not
try
eating
some
that.
fried rabbit. That shit is so. Oh my goodness.
I ain't like old
But
man Tina eating alligator. I'm not doing it.
deer is good too. But deer is
I'm not
more
eating
up north here. You know they up here with us. But anyway. I wasn't born in the South. Yeah, my parents were, but come on now. You sound like you from down south more
I
than
am a
I
true
do.
northerner to the core.
No, you're not. No, you're
I'm a
not. You
true
just
northerner
bougie.
to the core.
You're not. You're not. You are not a northerner. You just bougie.
Me?
You are a bougie southerner. Yes.
I am not bougie. I am appalled by this.
You really not. You truly, you're not. Truly, you're not. But
my pearl.
But my explanation is on point. The cookout is the event. If I say I'm going to barbecue this weekend, that don't mean that you invited.
In our family, that means you
I'm
invited.
barbecuing this weekend. That don't mean I'm barbecuing this weekend. That means I'm going to put food on the grill because I got a family to feed. But that don't mean that you coming. Now, if I say I got a cookout, that means you coming. That means you need to bring something to gain access to my cookout.
I get on that phone. And say, yellow. I say, you coming to the barbecue this weekend? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming to the barbecue this weekend. All right, what y'all gonna have? Like,
No.
list of what we going. Okay, then make sure you bring some, bring you some drinks and stuff.
No.
Then we're gonna go play
No.
some pies or something.
No.
And
Then
have some music going.
officially, when you had a conversation, it turns into a cookout. It's not a barbecue anymore. It's a cookout.
We have never.
Go ahead and ask everybody else. No, I want you to ask the rest of your family because you don't believe me. A cookout and is a barbecue is one aspect of a cookout.
I have never heard none of my aunties has ever said cookout before.
But okay, well then you listen. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm calling your mama and asking her.
I've never heard her say it before.
It don't matter if she don't say it. She needs to understand my rationale, and she's gonna agree with me.
I mean, yeah, she probably okay.
Okay.
I know that a cookout is the southern term for barbecuing.
No, it is not the southern term for barbecuing. A cookout is a whole event. It's a whole event. I can barbecue without people around. A cookout means there's people and other things going on around me. You know what? You're not going to stress me out today. You is not going to stress me out today.
It's just like we
you
went
know
to the
what?
park house. We went to the park house. The fat man was like, "Is you coming to the park for the cookout?" He said, "No."
But then you say something like park house, and then say you're not country.
Yeah, we went to the park house.
See what I'm saying? You know, y'all no. You talking about fat man? Fat man don't count.
He didn't say I'm coming come to the park for the cookout. He said come to the
He
park for
don't
barbecue.
count. Fat man do not count. Fat man don't count because because he's a part of the city up here, and I was born and raised in the city, and I'm still not a part of the city up here.
Well, all we know is the city hell. We the last time the
No,
southern
you
shit
don't.
stopped happening.
Nah,
Those
no,
last time my
no,
grandfather
no,
went
no,
down
no,
south
no,
was the year
no,
2001.
no. Your whole upbringing is country. Your beliefs, morals, and values, they're all country.
What?
None of your beliefs, morals, and values are city. None of them.
No, we city folk.
You are not. And then the fact that you say city folk sounds country. You from the city? That's a country slang. You from the city?
Oh God, I'm from the city.
Okay, country man.
If they was to take me down south, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. What is going down?
And then when you say down south, you just said down south. That's another southern word phrase. Ain't nobody that ain't never been down south say down south. They say whatever state they going to.
Well, I'm talking about the whole damn
Down
south
south.
at this point. I ain't going.
That down south incorporates a lot of different states. That people that have been down south or their country, they already know what down south means.
I'm not going.
So what does down south mean to you?
Hell,
what does down south mean to you?
The southern United States, hell, I don't like it.
What is the southern United States?
Hell, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida, Missouri, Oklahoma.
There you go. So Missouri and Oklahoma technically not even down south, but because you're southern raised, they're down south. And you forgot Tennessee and Kentucky.
Oh, I forgot them here.
What do you say?
Redneck states. Ooh, those rednecks.
It don't matter. It's still down south. What he say? He's slow. Thank you.
I'm not going.
Thank you. Stop denying your southern roots.
I'm not
Stop denying your southern roots, sir.
I'm not ringing no chicken necks.
Most black people in our age and generation, their family came from down south, sir. It's either down south or Chicago. And my family didn't come from Chicago.
My dad's side of the family came from Chicago.
But you were raised as... Where did your granddaddy come from?
I got more hair than Mark Henry. Huh?
What did he say?
Come on, call me Mark Henry.
You do got more hair than Mark Henry. But
exactly.
Where did your granddaddy come from?
I don't know, somewhere in Mississippi. I ain't never been.
Okay. I'm definitely, both of my parents were from Mississippi, so takes one to know one, sir.
Then my daddy's side of the family, they Chicago.
And this is why you don't fit in with the rest of these northerners, sir. But you're like me. My family from Mississippi. And I was born, I was raised as a country girl, okay? And living in a city, but I have belief in morals and values as a country girl. This is why we click. And this is why you don't like the stuff that's going on in our city. Because we're not city folk. We're not.
I don't like
that is not different. You don't like the fast life. That's what city is.
I don't like, those people that be sagging their pants down to their ankles. I don't like them.
Who do that in the country?
I don't like them people.
Who do that in the country?
Some of y'all call them Negroes.
Oh, okay, Negroes. Okay. Down south, we don't even use that term.
I don't like Negroes.
And everybody got on Nobody wears designer in the country because what for?
Hell, they ain't got nowhere to go. Hell, I love to wear me some nice stuff. Hell, I got a guy gonna give me some nice bougie looking stuff for Fashion Nova and all these other places. I gotta look bougie.
I said designer. I mean Louis Vuitton.
Oh, you talking about that
Dior?
kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So that's city folk stuff.
I like.
That's city folk stuff
too.
That's city folk stuff. No, that's city folk stuff. Everybody can afford whatever they want. You're gonna find a way to get it. You don't truly want it. So I'm not gonna sit there. You know what? Okay. This is the end of Same Cast Different Day podcast. Now we finna argue. We just argued for like 15 minutes on air. I'm not gonna deal with you. I'm gonna take that off air and get right at you. Because I got some choice words for you that can't be said on air. Mm-hmm.
I ain't did nothing but be African American.
You had that one wine cooler you want to cut up.
I'm not even drunk. I'm hungry because I haven't ate nothing.
I didn't say you was drunk. You see what I'm saying? I didn't say you was drunk. I just said you want to cut up. I just said you want to cut up.
They do down there what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, they do. I don't know what. Yes, they do what. I don't know. I need you to add more context to his message.
But Tina kicking us offline, so and I need to go eat something.
I am.
It's 3:00 and I still ain't ate today yet. So I need to go eat.
Sad.
Yeah. So with that being said, make sure y'all head over to habits365.com. Use Anthony for receive 20% off your purchase. Stores.com receive 5% off your purchase. Called Martel 1 to get 5% off your purchase. And don't forget to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok pages. I ain't posted nothing on there lately, so don't be about to go looking at it right now. Go wait about 2 more weeks to go there. You'll find something on there because I ain't posting nothing lately. And then with that being said, this has been Same Cast Different Day podcast. All right, we see y'all. Okay, all right. We gonna see y'all. Okay, all right.